Today is finally the day. After a long anticipated 10-month wait, Sora has finally come to the masses. Today, we're going to take a tour of the entire website and see what Sora has to offer. Now, before we get started, I do want to get this out of the way. In order to use Sora, you do have to pay for it for now. I'm sure in the future, just as with every AI that has come out in the past couple years, it starts out paid and then will eventually become free to everybody. But for now, I'm going to be using the ChatGPT Plus option, which is $20 a month. You get 50 videos at 720p. But what I don't get is that 1080p resolution, is that 20-second duration time limit. And if I do decide to download it, I will have a watermark on this $20 a month version. So let's see if I would recommend it for now. But I'm sure in the future, 2-3 months down the road, this is either going to be free or much, much cheaper. With that out of the way, let's get right to it. So this is your dashboard. All the videos that you create will be right here. You can also take a look into the Explore section, which we're going to go to in a minute, and you can actually save and remix different videos that other creators create, and those remix videos will appear right here as well. So starting over here, obviously there's describing your video, which we will get to. We will blah, 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 blah. We will create our own video. But for now, you have the filters video. So once your videos do appear here, you can filter it like this. Over here is any of the notifications. So if you are in the middle of uploading one of your videos to Make, this will show the progress bar of it, and then it'll appear over here. And here is your profile tab. Before we get to our own video creation, let's go to the Explore tab. So I'm going to click on Recent. So as you can see here, there are 4 different options. The first one is to remix, which we'll get to in a minute. Then there's looping. So you can actually, if you don't like part of this video, you can select part of it so that it only loops this part, and then you can remix it from there. There's the save feature, which will show up in this tab over here. So if I click save, I really like this video, I can come over here, and here it pops up right away. And as I did that, I went back into recents, and it's a whole new list of different videos that people have created. There is Omni-Man over here, so we'll see how copyrighted material gets handled with Sora in the future. This is publicly available, so it seems like it is creating this right now. So we'll see how long that lasts. The last button over here, I've tried multiple times on multiple different videos. It doesn't seem to be working right now. But what should happen is if when I click on it, it should give me a list of different videos that are similar in style. So if I clicked on this Owl music producer, it should give me similar videos from that. What it's doing now is just giving me a blank screen, so hopefully Sora can fix that in the future. Now, featured does seem to be pretty static right now. These videos have been the same since I've been using this website for the past hour or so. However, recent does change pretty frequently. Like right there, it changes about every 2 to 3 minutes. It updates with brand new videos. And these are all user submitted. As you can see, every one of these videos has a different person attached to it. That when you remix it or you make your own video, it becomes publicly available by default, and then you can privatize them if you want to. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to remix your video. So all you're going to do, if you like a certain style of video, let's say I like this video of the bus, I can go click on remix, and instead of a snowy landscape, maybe I wanted to change the bus into a car, for instance. I can describe what I want to add or replace, and then I can choose whether I want 1 video or 2 videos variations. I can choose the resolution. Again, since I have just ChatGPT Plus and I didn't shell out for that $200 a month option, I only have 720p. And then I can choose the amount of stability I want the remix to be. So if I want a lot of variation, I can choose strong. If I want just a minor change, I would choose subtle. I'm going to choose mild because the bus isn't too big of a change, but it is the center point of the movement. So we'll see how it changes. And all I'm going to do is type in change the bus. I wonder how accurate the descriptions can be. I wonder if it'll create just a nondescript, non-licensed random supercar, or if it'll actually give me a Ford. So let's try that now. Change the bus to a 2006 Ford. Let's click remix so that you can see it right here. And if I click on it, it'll give me the blown up view of it loading and queuing. So that was honestly not what I expected. It didn't give me a car. It cut off the top of the bus and then added a random motorcycle in there instead. So I am going to change it. I'm going to change it to 720. And I still think this is a mild remix, so we'll see if this is any better. I think Sora still has some kinks to work out. I'm not cherry picking these in any way. As you can see, I'm literally choosing the next one that I created. And all this one added was a skier, and that is about it. So I'm not sure what Sora thinks a sedan is, but it changed less than a 4G. So the last thing I'm going to try is to add a mansion in the background on the left-hand side. So right over in this area, hopefully that is the goal. Let's see if Sora can do it. My thinking is maybe right now Sora can't modify moving objects, especially when I wanted to modify the central image. Maybe that was a strong enough change to the original video. So maybe I needed to put it on strong. Although considering all it did was add a skier, I don't know if putting on strong would help that. But nonetheless, let's try it and see what happens. I'm trying to think of what else I can do to make this a little more accurate. I wanted to take this a step further and even change the entire snowy landscape and maybe change it to like the desert. But at this point, it can't even add a stationary house in the background. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Nonetheless, this did take about a minute to create a 5-second video. And the coolest thing that I think I can do is blending it, which is kind of cool. So I can take this video and choose a video from my own computer or even upload a video of my own and blend it into this one. And it'll theoretically seamlessly cut from this video to the video that I upload. If you take a look at my Sora video from a bunch of months ago at this point, you'll see that there was a couple drone shots in there that flew from one landscape to another. So theoretically, this should be doing that same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the video, click on blend, click choose from library, and I'm going to choose this one. And now I can see where I want the video to blend together. What I want to do is actually just transition it. Although it is cool, it gives you 3 different options. You can merge them together. So it'll put mammoths onto the bus, I guess. Or I can have the mammoth video influence this one. Theoretically, again, it didn't work with the car, but theoretically it would take inspiration from the second video and apply it to the background and most of the first video. But I do want to have it transition. I'm going to click on blend. And again, it adds it to the queue. Click on the queue and it'll pop up right here once it's done. I did download the mammoth video in 480p, so that's probably why it's saying 480. So this is the original video of the mammoth, and it didn't do anything. It just cut right to it. It did combine it, I guess. It's one video after another. However, other than that, it did not do much else. So far, I am not very impressed with what Sora has rolled out, but there is still one huge feature that we're going to get to now, and that is creating our own videos. So the whole remixing of videos doesn't seem to be working very well. As you can see, I've tried a whole bunch of things and none of it has really turned out quite the way that it is advertised. However, the last thing we're going to try is to create and describe our own video. What is cool is with some of these prompts, you can actually see what the prompt was to create these videos. Now, I'm not a very good prompt creator. So what I'm going to do, I just went into here, sorapromptgenerator.com. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I just looked up a AI prompt generator. You can use any, or if you're good at generating prompts, you can take a look at that. You can also come in here, and again, since some of these have its own prompt, you can always copy these and edit these as you wish as well. But what I did is I wanted to create a mountain lion in the jungle, and I wanted it to go and zoom out. So what I can do now is I can actually just go from now and generate it from here. What I can also do is click on storyboard. So let's try it here. We're just going to create the video from here. And then from there, I will show you storyboard. Overall, it's okay. The issue with Sora, I feel like, is that 10 months ago, this was groundbreaking. And now, in those 10 months, other websites have started to catch up, right? And now even generic image or video generating websites have gotten on par with Sora, if not have at least been more accurate with their prompt generation. So overall, I'm not blown away, especially as blown away as I was with what Sora started to create those 9 months ago and those generations that they did. Even this featured page, like, that's kind of cool, but this is clearly like the water's not great. This shot of the dog is kind of cool. And again, these are the curated shots that they want to feature. So overall, I'm not too pleased with Sora. Hopefully, again, as with all AI, it will get better. And I mean, these are looking pretty good for the featured page. But then you go to recents, and these are like what creators are actually making. And it's wonky at best. Like, the lighting on this one is interesting. I'm going to skip past that one. Not too impressed so far. The last thing I do want to take a look at is storyboard. So from here, I can actually describe the scene. I can add a video or an image that will guide it, like a reference video or a reference image. And then I can change it from there. So let's say I wanted a mountain lion in the jungle as my first shot. Again, I can change the resolution down here just like before. So that first shot, I wanted a mountain lion in the jungle, and now I want it to transition to that woolly mammoth that was in the background. And I can do this prompt, or I can actually go and input that video of the woolly mammoth itself. But for now, let's just do the prompt. And then the third one, let's see, I will input that video of the train in. So all I have to do is drag and drop into here, and it will add it. So now what I can do is I can trim this, put this over here because I want this to be my last shot. I can drag it on the timeline, and now the mountain lion's going to appear right at the start. And then 1 second in, it's going to transition to the woolly mammoth, and then 2 seconds it'll transition into the train. So let's shorten this a little bit to give the woolly mammoth and the mountain lion a little more time. And now, unfortunately, it can only create a 5-second video now. I'm sure storyboarding will work a lot better with a longer duration, but I'm not paying $200 a month just to test this out. So if you want to try it out, make sure you check out Sora for yourself. I'll leave a link to Sora, of course, in the description below. While you're down there, make sure you like and subscribe this video. Let me know what you want to see more of in the future, or other ways that I can improve. Or maybe if you've used Sora as well, maybe what worked for you. So far, I've not been too impressed with what I've seen, but I might be doing this all wrong. So let me know in the comments down below. Positive, negative, whatever it is, let me know. But with that, I clicked on create. It added it to the queue. I'm clicking on the new video. So once it's done downloading, it'll pop up right here. The first video I want to show you was of the 2 prompts, right? The mountain lion one and black and white woolly mammoth scene. This one did not show the woolly mammoth at all, and then cut abruptly to the bus scene. And I didn't do anything with the bus scene, which is cool. I thought it would take inspiration from that and create its own thing. It just straight up took it and didn't do anything with it. The second thing I created was I used the woolly mammoth scene from before and the bus scene from before. And what it did, I made them cut straight to the bus. So right now, I'm not seeing a way to add in transitions anywhere over here. I can discard the changes. Again, my notifications with everything that I've made comes up over here. I can ask it for help, but other than that, that's about all it will do. It won't add transitions, which, I mean, I used the blend feature and it still didn't add great transitions anyway, but storyboarding didn't do that. It kind of just puts your videos into one without modifying, editing, or changing it in any way, shape, or form, and not adding a transition in between them. Hi, it's me from the future. I went back into Sora just to see if I can get a better result. There is an option that when you upload a video, you can come down here and click convert to text. And what that's going to do is it is going to change this video that you upload automatically into text form. So whatever video, even if it's your own, you can convert it into text, which is kind of cool because then you can change it from there. So what I did is I converted this into text, and this button down here, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but it expands the caption. So if I wanted to just say bright yellow school bus, I can come over and expand the caption over here. and it will do it automatically. So what I can do is I can come over and I can do it to this one too. I'm going to keep the woolly mammoth in there, and this is what it came up with. It was a little weird because I asked it to do the woolly mammoth in the middle and it ended up putting it on the side. But besides that, it did do a much better job when I converted the video into text form. Anyway, back to past me. All in all, my first impressions of Sora, the recent videos look pretty, yep, we're going to leave that one. So in terms of the videos that I created, I mean, they're only 720p. They're only 5 seconds long. They don't seem to be too dynamic. I know obviously I can change the prompting and whatnot, but none of the remixing features seem to be working quite well. Even changing like the slightest thing didn't work. I wanted to add a static house in the background. That didn't change. I didn't think changing the bus would work perfectly, but it didn't change it at all. It added a motorcycle over here. Overall, not very impressed with self-creation from Sora. What it's displaying and what it's featuring looks pretty cool. This looks kind of nifty. I will continue to play with Sora, and if I have an update, I'll let you know. If you've had more luck with Sora, leave it in the comments down below and let me know. But on that unfortunate note, I hope you enjoyed or at least got something out of it. And if nothing else, you didn't have to spend the 20 bucks. Hopefully we can see Sora in the future progress, become cheaper. But for now, we're going to leave it here. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see my video from a few months ago about the initial launch of Sora, click in the top right, this way, right here, right over there. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you next time.